All right, you guys, so I'm going to share with you how to create a beautiful multi-ribbon bow. So the first thing I'm going to is I'm going to cut at an angle right here, and I always like try to anyways put my scissors in my pocket. And I know so many of you have suggested that I get me an apron, and trust me when I tell you I'm looking for one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab about a 10-inch tail, and I'm going to work in between my thumb and my index finger because these ribbons are going to get very tight in there. So I want to give it a big loop. This is probably about I want to say a 12-inch loop, so that's 24 inches worth of ribbon. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to create the first loop, and then I want long tails hanging down, so don't forget to twist. I'm going to have a long tail like this. So I'm going to go up, then I'm going to come down, because remember, what goes up has to come down, and that's going to give me my first loop. Now I always try to insert another tail, so I'm going to grab this, fold it like a taco, and introduce right here on my fingers one more time like this, but going this way, so that way creates those bunny ears. And for this tail, I'm going to make a smaller tail for this. Okay, so that's the secret, having that extra tail. Oh, and don't forget to dovetail your ribbons, because you know what I'm telling you all the time, if I come to your home and it's not dovetail, I'm going to ask you for a pair of scissors. So there's your two loops, and there's your two tails going up and your two tails going down. So now I'm going to introduce a new ribbon, and I love this combination of polka dots and stripes. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go once again about 24 inches. This is about 24 to 28 inches. At this point, I just fold it like a taco like this with my index and my thumb, and then on this finger, my index and my thumb, and then I bring it right here, and then pinch and gather, and I'm going to go up. Remember to fluff. Then once again like this, go like this, and so now you have your two tails and your two loops. And so now we're going to go up like this, go down, and now remember to introduce one more tail at the top, and just be sure to be generous with your ribbon. This is a beautiful fairy silk ribbon, and I just love it because look, it really stands out. Now these two tails right here need to dovetail, and so it is easier if you dovetail as you go, I think, because then that way you don't have to go back and make sure that you dovetail all your ribbons. By the time you're done with your bow, you're finished. All right, so now I'm gonna go right here. This is going to be a very dramatic bow, and we're working on a beautiful candy cane, or not candy cane, but candy inspired theme, and it's introducing black and white to the theme. It is just so beautiful. All right, so now I'm going to bring this other stripe. We started with the stripe, we went with a polka dot, so now we're gonna go with this other stripe, and we're gonna free this from its package. I'm going to grab my ribbon, just let it hang. In this case, I have a box down here, so that way I can gather them all together. So I'm gonna pinch like a taco right here, introducing between my thumb, my index finger, dovetail your ribbon. This is a beautiful D. Stevens ribbon that just, I love the way that D. Stevens does glitter. It is so beautiful. Once again, go like this, fold like a taco, bring it between your thumb and your index finger, and then we fluff. Always giving them enough space in case you have to adjust as you fluff. Once again, we fold, we go up, and like I said, just give it enough give so you can adjust these loops, and we go down. This is what I call a loopy bow, because it has a lot of loops and a lot of tails. So now we're gonna bring the same ribbon, once again, pinch it like a taco, go in between your index finger and your thumb. And so now we're going to dovetail. The way it's easier for you, for me, I'm getting used to this dovetailing as I go, like I said, because by the time you're done with your bow, well, you're finished. You don't have to go in there and dovetail all of it. Then we're going to go up and down and like this. So now we're left with all these loops, all of these tails. Some of them have to be readjusted, not sure, lots of tails going down. So now I'm going to go back to my polka dot, and for that I'm going to grab this other super cute pink polka dot. Once again, I'm going to pinch like a taco. I always try to start with my left like this. Don't forget to dovetail, and you will see how stunning this will look on a wreath. Once again, go down, pinch, bring up, fluff, and then go down, pinch, fluff. Look how easy it is, you guys. This is so easy. I know a lot of people say, oh, Ramon, you make it look so easy. And if I make it look so easy, it's because it is that easy. I promise you. All we have to do is try. And look, you just go ahead and use your fingers right here. Pinch like a taco. Now, because we started this way, now we have to go this way, right? Just for the tail. And we go up. And we go down. And look at all these beautiful tails, you guys. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Once again, just fluffing as you go. Now I have this really cute polka dot in black and white, and I think it is going to be the perfect way to tie it all together. And the way I like to do it is any ribbon that is smaller than 2.5 inches, I like to cut it a slant. Then I'm going to pinch like a taco. I'm going to start right here and then go down about 28 inches, come up between my thumb, then go down again, come up. You want to fluff these guys like this. Then we're gonna give it a big tail like that. And I'm going to do one more, but remember to be opposite. So that way it creates those bunny ears on your wreath. And look, what I like about these ribbons is because all you have to do is run your fingers like this. And look, you have a super fun bow. Now, I like this, I really do, but I really love this ribbon. So what I want to do is bring it forth again. So I'm gonna do a smaller tail because it's going to be the way that we finish our bow. So I'm gonna insert this right here. So it's gonna be a shorter tail. Once again, just dovetail as you go. And then I'm going to do a super short loop. So basically, just like this. This is what's going to end our ribbon. Look how pretty that is, like that. And then also our tail doesn't have to be that long here because it is our cap, like that. So now that I have all of these ribbons right here, just fluff, pull them up, pull those tails, fluff. And so now I'm going to grab my zip tie that I have right here. I have a zip tie, so now I'm going to drive this zip tie through all of these ribbons, and I'm going to attach without having to let go to my zip tie because there's a lot of ribbon right here. And so I'm going to drive it through. Once I feel like it's going like that, before I cinch really good, what I need to do is I'm going to drive, I'm sorry, I dropped it, my wire, and I'm going to put this wire through my zip tie. And what this is going to do is going to give me something to attach to my wreath or to my swag or whatever it is that I am attaching to. All right, so I'm pulling, now I'm cinching really tight. And so like I said, this wire right here, we have to like go back and then we're going to twist really hard. So once we have all this cinched with the wire, we can now fluff this bow. I'm gonna put it in a wreath and show you what it looks like. Keep watching. And here you go, you guys. Look how simple this is. All you need is an evergreen wreath. In this case, this white one. All you have to do is fluff all of these tails up and down. And look how spectacular. This is all you need on your door. You can have a beautiful evergreen wreath or you can just decorate it. But look how beautiful with these longer tails. It looks absolutely spectacular. This was super easy. If I can do it, so can you. Okay, so we're gonna continue with our ornament placement, and I have this beautiful ornament made out of styrofoam, and so I'm going to look for a place where I can add one, probably up here on the outside of it. And sometimes I like to let the hanging part of it to hang, oh, this one has a tag, but I like to let them hang like this so people realize they're an ornament. So I like to put the glue on the bottom of it. I think it just makes it look like it's an ornament. So I think that's super cute. And I'm gonna add this one right here. Now I might have to hold this one. I made that mistake before where this one just fell off on the ground, and I have a few glass ones that I wanna add that cannot happen. So I think I'm going to maybe put that on the table. Once again, I want that string to hang. I think it's a choice, but I think it's a cute choice. You know, some people would say that's a choice. Well, it is a choice. So 1, 2, I'm going to add one over on this side right here, like that. And I want that, like I said, I want that to hang. 3 of them is fine. And then I'm gonna move on to this hourglass, you guys. So I think I'm gonna add that at the end and just let it, put it flat and then add those. But right now I'm gonna get some flyaways and I'll be right back. Keep watching.